Scam alert. It must have been 419 because OMG. Hi guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is shullamiteakua, and if this is your first time joining, hi, welcome girl. We're over here becoming, we're glowing, we're growing, we're maturing. We're becoming a little bit of all that in the back chips over here. And if you're a becomer that's coming back, hey girl, hey, welcome back. Okay, so guys, we're gonna hop right into today's video. So today's video is going to be a chit chat video. So today we're just gonna talk about a couple of things that's just going on in my life because y'all, this girl's just going through it. Yeah, y'all, it's been a lot, but that's what I'm here to unpack. So, one, where should I even begin? Where should I even begin? Oh, I know, y'all. First thing, why is a certain company that runs with their CNC that totally gave it away? Why is somebody out there trying to scam me? Y'all, so I've rented or used the services of this company plenty of times in the past. And this is the first time where your girl has not scammed. I just don't even understand. Like y'all, I've lost sleep over this because it's not right. So essentially what the host, you know, the place that I rented the place that I rented was not what it appeared to be. And in this particular, with this particular host, you had to pay like a deposit, like an RIH deposit. And I probably should have been more cognizant, and the intuition in me should have been like red flag, red flag, red flag. But I needed a place to stay really quickly and conveniently because I wasn't traveling for long, right? And so upon arrival, girl, a little something about me. I'm a little bit bougie. I have bougie tendencies. Let me say that I have bougie tendencies, and I like a little finer things in life, and not so much, like handbags and such. I just like things to look good. I like to be in a nice space, especially if I'm going to be spending the night somewhere sleeping. I want it to be, suitable to dwell in for the night. This place was not it at all. One, when me and my friend got there, the host wouldn't give me the code to get into the place until I paid the deposit. But the deposit was already paid, and I was like sending him the receipts to prove that, hey, I already paid this deposit. We've been waiting for like an hour because his response time was whack. So that's like number two. It was not good, and so we were going back and forth in the little app. And so finally, I was like, I'm just gonna call customer service. I don't know what you're talking about. Because he's like, oh, I don't see it on my end. And I'm like, I'm showing you the proof I paid this deposit. And so got to customer service, was going back and forth with customer service, but we eventually figured out the problem. I guess it was with the system. It wasn't going through in the system. No big deal, cool, whatever. Customer support helps me fix it. Deposit is paid. Homeboy ends up giving me the code. Cool. So I get the code, goes to, put it in. It's not opening. So I try it again. Not working. So me and my friend were looking at each other. She looking at me, I'm looking at her. My dog looking at me, I'm looking at her. I'm like, child, I don't know what's going on. So I text homeboy back like, hey, is your door double bolted? It's not working. And he was like,
oh, the previous guest must have double bolted it.
Tried the front, and I was like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of the front door? Go to the front door. I go to the front door. Guys, I go to the front door. Can you guys imagine? I get to this front door. It's wide open. wide open. Maybe I'm being a little dramatic, but it was open. It was open. Like I didn't need to put my key in. I didn't like nothing. Like that thing was ajar. That thing was open. Like open to the point where anybody lived in that anybody that lived up in there or close a 5 or 2 mile, 500 feet radius could have walked right up in there.
Me and my friend were so appalled.
Mind you, my dog's a little bit bougie. My dog was a little bit bougie. So I'm trying to get my dog to come in. I'm trying to get my dog to come in. One of them, she's a Pomeranian. Where is she? Revelation. Rev. Come here, girl. All right. Rev, don't be like this. That's a stop. Say hi to the girls. Say hey. Please don't make it look like you're not my real dog if you're scaring them. This is Revelation. All right, see you later. Bye. And this little big pretty girl, that's okay, bye. See you later. Yeah, so Rev, small one. I'm trying to get her in here, and she girl, she takes one little sniff at the apartment, and she praying so solid. Like I don't know who you think I am, but I am not staying here. Her little butt just doop, 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 doop. And I was like, what? So I had to run out, go get her. And the other one, she's fighting me with her leash. She's like, and so neither one of them wants to come in. Fine. So I finally get them. We come back in, and I'm looking at the place. And I'm like, this is unacceptable. First off, y'all, there was holes all over the bedroom. Like, looked like somebody got in a fight, and they were doop, 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 doop. Then I guess they tried to cover it up with paint or whatever the heck you put on walls to make it not look like a hole. And so that was like 3 of your that customer service, strike 1. Deposit fee, which is weird because I've never had to pay that with this particular company before. It was iffy. That was strike 2. Not should I say him not giving me the code? It's like literally we were sitting in the car waiting for the code for like an hour. That's gonna be strike 3. Door open, strike 4, strike 5. Holes in the wall. And then I'm like, okay, we keep looking. No pillowcases on the pillows. Those look disgusting. No pillowcases. The bed sheets literally smell like they haven't been washed in God knows how long. And there was like little roaches on the floor. And so I go in I'm like, okay, cool. I go in the bathroom. There's no like towel bar, you usually have this towel bar on the wall, put your towel. Gone. I don't know where that one disappeared to. Archangel Michael must have came in and took that thing because I don't know what happened to it. It was gone. And so I'm just like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. And so my friend, she was just dropping me off because we were gonna, do stuff later on because it was just a weekend trip. And so I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, and I'm taking pictures. I'm like, this is not gonna work. After I had seen enough of one, the front door situation, the bedroom situation, and now the bathroom situation, I had seen all that I needed to see. And I was finished. I was like, this is not it. I can't. If I'm in a space and I just feel like that's all I need to know, that it's not working. And so my friend was nice enough that I was able to make arrangements to stay with her for the trip. And I ended up having to stay just like overnight, one night at that place while I waited for space in her place. Yeah, that place, it was whack. I ended up calling their CNC back, and girl, don't nobody got a clue what is going on. That was a whole situation. They basically were sided with him. They told me to send proof of X, Y, and Z. I sent them the pictures that I had. I didn't take pictures of everything because I was just so like shook in the moment of just how subpar it was. So I didn't take a picture of everything, but I only took a picture. But what I did take a picture of, I sent it to them. And so they say that they'll try to get in contact with the host, yada 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 yada. So long story short, you all, it's been like almost 2 weeks. My bank is involved now. No one has heard from this host. I got the gumption to go and finally read this guy's reviews. Scam alert! It must have been 419 because OMG, 419 European edition because the host was not. But oh my gosh, y'all, the reviews were so whack, and I don't even know why I didn't read the reviews in the first place. I'm a person that reads reviews before I purchase anything. Like, I read them reviews, girl. Them reviews is what becoming a judge. I don't know because we were in such a hurry. Like, I needed to get down for this trip like ASAP. It was like a spur of the moment thing, and everything had to be like this. And so, in my haste, that was my fault. I did not properly sit down to read the reviews. Never doing that again. The reviews were whack, saying basically similarly the same thing had happened to a couple people as well. I don't know if they end up getting their deposit back or their refund, but this company, for me, they were like, "Oh, we can't refund you because you didn't cancel it." I was like, "OMG!" It was literally for like barely a few days. So they wouldn't give me my refund for that, but I'm supposed to get the deposit back, and so now it's been a battle of trying to get in contact with the host, who was, of course, months were silent crickets about some of his bio. Oh yeah,
I stay at other people's places too, and I treat everybody's place with respect.
Homeboy has not checked up on this property in God knows how long. He does not keep up with it. He's just there to collect the check and bounce. I'm sure if he came to check on the property, he would blame me for the damages that were already there, and so to try to keep my deposit. So yeah, that's one. That happened. So that I've been dealing with that, and it's been a total headache. But in it, I know God has been teaching me one, patience, and further teaching me to just trust Him. I know I'm going to get my point back because there's no reason that I shouldn't. I did not make any damages to this place. It was a whack place. Don't nobody stay there. If you want to know the place, if you want to know who it was that's trying to scam, message me and I'll let you know so that you can avoid this, because it was actually ridiculous. So I've been dealing with that. Next thing that I've been going on in my life is emotions. Certain negative emotions that I've had to work through in the past to really get a hold of and a handle of these past few years have resurrected again. They've come back up, and I'm having to really understand and dive deep into why these emotions are coming up. When y'all know that there's a guy that I'm feeling, yeah, and he hasn't done anything wrong, but it's like there's certain things that have been triggering my past situationship, I guess. And that's a whole nother story. I'm not even gonna get started on that one today. That's for another video. But certain emotions that happen with that situationship is coming back up through this budding friendship, and there's really no reason that they should be coming up, because mind you, this guy is really great. He hasn't done anything negative that should send me off, that I should be upset about. It's not even a him thing, it's a me thing. I've been reading this book called Overcoming Procrastination. One of the emotions that I've been dealing with has been lack of self-confidence, and not self-esteem. Self-esteem and self-confidence is two different things. So I have high self-esteem. Like, I value myself as highly, and I act as such. And I also am self-confident. There are basically, I haven't always had the best self-confidence when I was a child, but the older I'm getting, I've been learning to be more comfortable in my skin and just no, just knowing that God made me great and I'm beautiful and I'm dope, and that is okay, baby. Not everybody's gonna like your self confidence, and that's okay. But though I do have self confidence in myself, there are things that trigger my lack of self confidence. Like there are certain things that trigger me to not feel like I can do something. Does that make sense? So it's self confidence in the sense of me not thinking that I'll be able to do something and succeed at it. And so one of I and so you know talking to this guy has been bringing up like what you say it's not lack of self confidence in him. It was more so lack of self confidence in my ability to properly communicate with him. There we go. Yes. And so I've been working on not overthinking because that's one of the things that also set off my lack of self-confidence in certain situations. So that's one thing I'm working on. I want to be better at communicating, but I tend to overthink, especially when talking to the opposite sex. Who else does that? Just me. Anybody else? That's a revelation. Do y'all do that? They're dogs. What are they? I'm working on really not overthinking what I think they're going to say, or if I say something that is going to trigger them, and then it's going to become this big blown up thing. It's not. So I've been really, really praying and working on, Lord, calm me down and give me self confidence in the area of communication and persistence. So that's one thing I'm learning, that sometimes guys are different. Guys are guys are different. And we're two different creatures, right? So men are men, women are women. When it comes to men, men aren't the most vocal of people. As women, we have a lot of words, and we can have a lot of words all the time. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But women naturally use more words throughout the day than men. And I'm not used to really sitting down and just talking to guys to be able to understand that, hey, guys don't really say that many words. And so I really had to work through that in myself to know, hey, just because he's not necessarily using as many words, that does not necessarily mean disinterest. And I was talking to my gal friend about this, and she was saying the same thing. She was like, girl, you need to stop overthinking. Like, dudes are dudes. They're really black, they're really white. There's no gray. If they don't like you, you will know they don't like you. And if they're continuing to make conversation, even if they're continuing to make conversation, then that's a good thing. And so I've been really having to calm myself down and boost my confidence back up in the area of, of not overthinking. But y'all, it's been a struggle because that came up, self-confidence came up. Like it was really testing me because I thought I was confident before, right? As women, at least a new woman in this late 20s season of mine. Yes, come on, 20s, beautiful. I thought that I was so confident, and then something came that really was testing me. Like, are you
really sure you're as confident as you think you are?
And I had to check myself and really work through it to fight that battle and say, yes, I am, and I'm going to prove it to myself. And I have been. So I've been persisting in communicating, not just with him, but like really working on my communication with the Lord and my prayers and trying to be better at communicating as a friend. But all this is a work in progress. But y'all, when that self-confidence emotion came up, girl, with it came anger, came irritability, came confusion. And so I really had to take like a hard step back and look at the situation for what it was. The situation not with the guy, but like I had to take a step back and look at me. Like, look at me, because certain things don't pop up in life unless you go through something that that unless you go through something that like triggers it. Like, how would you know that you're still harboring anger over a certain person that you haven't talked to in years until y'all cross paths, and then all that anger comes rushing back to the surface? Exactly. So you have to go through certain things in life to really know that, oh snap, like this is an issue that is still here that I need to work on, and I need to get help on, or I need to pray more on. And that's exactly what's been happening. So I've been having to, like I said, just been praying over just my emotions and really speaking good affirmative words over myself, speaking God's words over myself too, and just not keeping it all into having like friends to really relate to, and just therapy and journaling has been really helping. But right now it's therapy with the Lord until my points go up for me to really be affording these luxurious therapists. Okay, because therapy is expensive. Like, I don't, like, it is. I would love to do it, and one day I will do it. It's in the coins. It's just not right now. So I'm making do with what I got, right? But don't harbor it. If you're going through certain emotions, I promise, don't keep it in, because that's not going to help you, my friend. If an emotion comes up, what I learned, I've been taking kind of like a mindset class. I've been taking a mindset course, and when an emotion pops up, I'm learning that you need to just sit with the emotion. Like, it's okay if anger comes up, sit with it, recognize that, okay, I'm angry. Next, why? Go to the why. Once you recognize what it is, sit with it. And then once you sit with it and know to accept that, okay, this is what it is, why am I feeling this way? And then go back, you may whip out a journal, write down what happened leading up to that anger. Write down what happened leading up to that anger. Write down, who were you talking to, or what were you watching that triggered it, or what were you thinking? Sometimes anger just pops up because we're allowing our thoughts to go somewhere that they don't need to go, right? So having a good positive mindset can also affect the emotions that manifest out of us. And then 3, I'm learning, when you do have an emotion, it's okay to feel that emotion. Emotions are there. God didn't take away all our emotions so that we would never feel. Then we would kind of just be zombies. Emotions are here to help us, to guide us, to transform us. So when an emotion does come up, recognize it, because it's there to help you know, like, hey, this is an area of my life that I kind of need to fix. And maybe the way I'm handling it with people isn't necessarily the best. That's why I'm being triggered in this way. And then 4, I'm learning, when a negative emotion comes up, say the opposite of that emotion. If anger comes up, start singing your favorite song. Start saying good things about yourself. Like, start immediately attacking it with good words. For me, I'm a woman of faith. I believe in Jesus, so I go to the Bible. The Bible's not your thing. Speak good words over yourself. Okay, so you really need to just combat the bad thoughts with good thoughts, and keep saying it until you become it, because words create, right? So that's one thing that I've been learning in my mindset class. It's been really good. It's been so therapeutic. It's been well needed while I've been getting scammed. That's, I just think about it, and I'm like, wow, there are really scammers out here, y'all. It blows my mind. It's like, when, not that I didn't believe scammers were real. Of course, I knew scams are real. Like, little scams like, oh, Yahoo, hey, I'm a prince in Egypt and I'm like those kind of scams. Like, okay, have wisdom to know there's no prince in Egypt that's trying to get your number. What the heck? But it's like, I've never been scammed to this level of capacity that has affected other areas of my life. So I'm just really like, if I sit still enough to really think about it, I'm just like, wow, I'm really getting scammed. And when there's nothing you can really do about it besides wait, you just, all you can do is live your life. That's really all I can do, just live my life and put it in God's hand. Rest assured that my money will come back to me because, child, he ain't gonna scam a child of God. These days. But yeah, y'all, life has been life. Life has been life. And that's okay. That's what life is here for. It's here to teach you, it's here to grow you, it's here to stretch you, it's here to better your character. Let's not hate life so much. Let's love life a little bit more. Because yes, sometimes life be tripping. Life be tripping, y'all. Like, life really be tripping sometimes. But it's a good trip. And when you trip, what do? You get back up. Come on. Come on. Okay, guys, well, that's the end of the video. I'm glad you made it to the end. You got to the end of the video. Comment down below if you've ever gotten scammed. What did you do? How did that make you feel? Like, seriously, who done, did it, where, when, why? But yeah, guys, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.